Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. In our recap, Maria notices something is wrong with Sharon, who later makes a distress call to her doctor with concerns about her meds. Friday, June 28, 2024. Today on Young and Restless, Diane justifies herself to Jack, Audra and Kyle to discuss their lack of trust, and Faith tells Lucy why she doesn't drink. Thursday's recap. Jack backed his wife when Diane fired Kyle, who immediately ran to accept Victor's job offer. This Day Ahead recap episode airs in the USA on June 28. Expect spoilers. Recaps go live by 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time daily. Maria lets herself into Sharon's place after getting no answer to her knocks. She finds Sharon staring blankly into space and asks if she's okay. Sharon says her mind has been wandering a little lately. Maria notices her tea is cold and worries that she's coming down with something. Her mom tells her how great it is to have Faith back so she can do her laundry. They talk about Faith moving on from Moses and how resilient she is. Maria wonders if they freaked her out by telling her everything about her relationship with Nick. Sharon thinks it just showed her what love can do and is sure Faith is holding on to the good like her. Maria makes them tea and babbles about Arya while Sharon stares into space. She guesses her mom is zoned out again. Sharon says that work is swirling around in her head and prompts her to keep talking. Maria shows her the painting of a dog that Arya made. Sharon stares at it and talks about how much Cassie liked to paint. As Sharon stares, Maria eventually tells her she's juggling too much and needs some sunshine and grandma time. Sharon would love that but is swamped. Maria reminds her she's just doing laundry. She insists that she come to the park for a picnic. Maria and Sharon join Tessa and Arya in the park. Sharon wheels off with the baby and Maria tells her wife how off Sharon was today. When Sharon and the baby return, they sit down to the picnic and she tells them about how Arya reminds her of Cassie. Sharon zones out again. Maria snaps her out of it. Sharon insists she's just distracted by work and needs to get back. She trudges off. Maria tells Tessa something is definitely off with her mom. Sharon goes home. She wonders what's going on with her, so she calls her doctor to say her new meds have her feeling odd. Faith and Lucy go to Crimson Light's patio for iced drinks. Lucy talks about what it was like in Savannah and how all the students seemed to have fun. Faith never joined a sorority and mainly just hung out with her boyfriend. They broke up because he was a jerk. She doesn't drink or party. Lucy thought drinking was part of the college experience. Faith says almost died the last time she drank. Lucy says that's terrible and Faith explains how she got drunk, crashed a truck, got an infection, and Adam had to give her a kidney. Lucy can see why she doesn't drink but wonders if she feels like she's missing out. Faith gets a text and has to go. They can meet and talk about the kidnapping another time. Sally and Chloe go over her latest plans and they talk about their passion for what they do. Sally hopes that Summer will agree to hire her on. Summer texts, wanting to meet with both of them. Chloe assumes it's just to make her jump through hoops so she can watch her squirm. The sun was setting over Genoa City, casting a golden hue on the bustling town as the Newman family, the Abbotts and the rest of the community carried on with their lives, each entangled in their own webs of drama, love and secrets. At Crimson Lights, the heart of this small yet endlessly eventful town, Sharon Newman was behind the counter, managing the cafe with her usual grace. Yet something was different today. Maria Copeland, Sharon's fiery, fiercely loyal daughter, walked into the cafe, immediately sensing an unusual tension in the air. She noticed her mother moving slower than usual, a hint of confusion clouding her usually bright eyes. Sharon, known for her warmth and attentiveness, seemed distant, her smiles not reaching her eyes, her hands trembling slightly as she handed a customer their coffee. "Mom, are you okay?" Maria asked, her voice filled with concern as she approached the counter. Sharon looked up, her eyes struggling to focus. "Oh, Maria, I'm fine. Just a bit tired, I guess," she replied, forcing a smile that did little to reassure her daughter. Maria wasn't convinced. She had always been attuned to her mother's moods, and this was more than just fatigue. Sharon's recent history with her bipolar disorder was fresh in Maria's mind, and she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. As the evening wore on, Sharon's behavior grew more erratic. She misplaced orders, forgot regular customers' names, and even dropped a tray of coffee mugs, shattering them across the floor. Maria's worry deepened, and she decided it was time to take action. "Mom, you need to take a break. Let's go sit down," Maria urged, gently guiding Sharon to a table in the corner of the cafe. Sharon's protests were weak, and she sank into the chair, looking lost and overwhelmed. "Maria, I don't know what's wrong with me," Sharon admitted, her voice trembling. "I've been feeling so strange lately. It's like my mind is in a fog." Maria's heart etched seeing her mother like this. "Have you been taking your medication regularly?" she asked gently, already suspecting the answer. Sharon nodded slowly. "I have, but I wonder if something's off. Maybe the dosage is wrong or the meds themselves aren't working anymore." Maria squeezed her mother's hand. "It's going to be okay, Mom. We'll figure this out together. You should call your doctor, explain what's been happening." Sharon agreed, and Maria watched as her mother shakily dialed the number. The phone seemed to ring for an eternity before Dr. Lang answered. Sharon explained her symptoms, her voice barely above a whisper. Maria could only hear snippets of the conversation, but it was clear that Dr. Lang was concerned and advised Sharon to come in for an appointment as soon as possible. After hanging up, Sharon looked at Maria, her eyes filled with tears. "He thinks it might be a reaction to the medication. I need to go in for tests." Maria nodded, her resolve strengthening. "We'll get through this, Mom. You're not alone." The next morning, Maria accompanied Sharon to Dr. Lang's office. The waiting room was sterile and cold, a stark contrast to the warmth of crimson lights. Sharon fidgeted nervously, and Maria held her hand, providing silent support. Dr. Lang greeted them with a reassuring smile. "Sharon, Maria, come in. Let's get to the bottom of this." In the examination room, Dr. Lang asked Sharon a series of questions about her recent symptoms and reviewed her medication regimen. He was thorough, leaving no stone unturned. After what felt like hours, he finally spoke. "Sharon, it appears you're experiencing some adverse effects from your current medication. We'll need to adjust your prescription and monitor you closely over the next few weeks." Sharon nodded, relief mingling with her anxiety. "Thank you, Dr. Lang. I was so scared." Dr. Lang smiled kindly. "I understand, Sharon. We'll get this sorted out. You're strong and you have a wonderful support system. We'll get through this together." Leaving the doctor's office, Sharon felt a glimmer of hope. She knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but with Maria by her side, she felt more confident about facing the challenges. They returned to Crimson Lights, where the familiar hum of the cafe provided a comforting backdrop. As days turned into weeks, Sharon's condition began to stabilize. The new medication regimen, coupled with regular check-ins with Dr. Lang, brought her back to her usual self. Maria's unwavering support played a crucial role, reminding Sharon that she was never alone in her struggles. One evening, as they sat together in the cozy corner of the cafe, Maria looked at her mother with pride and love. "You're doing great, Mom. I'm so proud of you." Sharon smiled, her eyes clear and bright once more. "I couldn't have done it without you, Maria. Thank you for always being there."